universe has been in existence for approximately 4.6 billion years, and our species has lived on Earth for about 315,000 years, according to Encyclopedia Britannica and other reliable sources of information. However, human beings did not think of dedicating a day to Mother Nature until 1970, when the American public became keenly aware of serious environmental problems such as oil spills, smog, and polluted rivers that literally caught fire. On April 22, 1970, 10% of the U.S. population at the time took action. In other words, 20 million Americans gathered in hundreds of cities to protest environmental ignorance and demand solutions. That was the first Earth Day, which launched the modern environmental movement and is now recognized as the largest civic event in the whole world. Since then, the Clean Air, Clean Water, and Endangered Species Acts have been created in the United States. The U.S. government has also established the Environmental Protection Agency. Many other countries soon followed the United States' example to adopt similar laws. Earth Day is now celebrated internationally with a different theme every year. The theme of Earth Day 2020 is climate action. Ironically, it was inaction rather than action that drastically reduced greenhouse gas emissions worldwide in the spring of 2020. After weeks of lockdown to curtail the spread of coronavirus, an NASA analysis showed a 30% decrease of nitrogen dioxide over the northeast of the United States in March 2020 compared to the March average from 2015 to 2019. It was the lowest level of nitrogen dioxide emissions over the past 15 years of record-keeping on the East Coast. On the West Coast, the California Air Resources Board reported a 40% decrease in oxides of nitrogen, a 20% decrease in fine particulate matter, and about a 25% decrease in carbon dioxide in the Golden State. Elsewhere in the world, air quality significantly improved in China, India, and Italy. Apparently, the Earth can recover quickly after human beings stop doing damage. That's good news. But cities cannot remain in lockdown forever. What can be done to keep the air clean when life returns to normal? The state of New York has set a good example. In April 2020, the state of New York announced to disburse $16 million in 2 clean tech accelerator programs to support the growth of clean energy companies in order to cut the state's carbon dioxide emissions by 85% by the year 2050. These projects include renewable electricity and fuels, energy storage and fuel cells, clean transportation, smart grids, advanced buildings, and industrial energy efficiency. Another item that probably should be added to the list is clean meat, which is real meat produced by in vitro cultivation of animal cells without killing animals. That is not only for animal welfare, but also for environmental sustainability. Please note that the global livestock industry is responsible for at least 51% of the greenhouse gases emitted to the atmosphere, according to a year 2019 report of the United States National Institutes of Health. Researchers warn that we will probably exceed the 565 gigaton carbon dioxide limit by the year of 2030 due to livestock rearing. In addition, the livestock industry is responsible for 68% of anthropogenic nitrous oxide emissions. This gas remains in the atmosphere for up to 150 years and has a 296-fold greater potential for global warming and deterioration of the ozone layer than carbon dioxide. It's time to gradually phase out the livestock industry. Currently, there are already vegan meat products as alternatives, but for those who strongly prefer real meat, clean meat is something to look forward to. Clean meat has identical animal cells, just without the cruelty of slaughter. An animal can stay alive after providing stem cells for the production of clean meat. Coming from disinfected lab equipment, clean meat products are so much safer than those from bloody and dirty slaughterhouses. The only problem is making lab meat is very expensive. The first lab-grown burger produced by Dutch company Mosa Meat in 2013 cost 250,000 euros, equivalent to about $280,400 US. However, Mosa Meat is working on scaling up the production in order to lower the price of a lab-grown burger patty to 9 euros in the near future. The company is aiming to get cultured hamburgers on the market in 2022. Another clean meat company, Biotech Foods in Spain, is hoping to reach production scale by 2021. Another competitor, Future Meat Technologies, based in Israel, plans to release hybrid products that blend plant proteins with lab-grown fat for flavor in 2021 and launch a second line of entirely lab-grown meat in 2022 for less than $10 per pound. There are more clean meat companies around the world, all working towards similar goals. In the next few years, Tesla and other electric vehicle makers will continue to popularize their products. Some electric cars may even be flying. Quantum Air, a Spanish airline company, plans to provide the world's first electric urban air mobility network. Quantum Air has announced to unleash a fleet of 26 flying electric taxis that will ferry people in between the Los Angeles region's various airports in 2021, assuming the coronavirus crisis will end by then. In the meantime, Uber targets 2023 as the year for air taxis to be available commercially. Another startup, Joby Aviation, with huge amounts of funding from Toyota, is also planning to launch an electric air taxi service by 2023. Another European corporation, Munich-based aviation company Lilium, is also developing all-electric vertical takeoff and landing aircraft for air mobility. The company's Lilium jet is a 5-passenger vehicle with a range of 300 kilometers, equivalent to 186 miles. It will probably debut in a regional air mobility service in 2025. Air taxis are expected to cruise at about 180 miles per hour. Imagine a new world where there is no more traffic congestion, no more air pollution, and people never kill animals for food ever again. Hopefully, that's the highly habitable world where we're going to celebrate Earth Day 2030.